Employee record, source unknown.
Hey, have you guys ever been to one of those lobotomy meetups? Uh, Mind you, it's kind of taking a lot of courage for me to, bring it up again, but whatever. Um, you see, there's a bunch of clubs in this corporation where employees gather up. I once attended some kind of ping pong group thing, but there weren't any girls there, so I kind of just got out of there. So, like, one day I saw this announcer for some kind of weird get together on the group message board. I got interested. I called the group leader, and he told me he was from safety. I asked if there were any girls in the group, and he told me there'd be a ton. That got me super interested, so I signed up right away for the upcoming meeting. I showed up, got my name tag like everybody else. I don't remember everything, but I think I saw like 3 people from training and 2 from information. I'm not sure. About maybe half an hour later, the leader brought in dozens of cans of WellCheers on a tray and gave one to each of us. I should have known something was wrong. The can was already opened, but I kind of just drank the whole thing down and didn't even think about it when he gave it to me. After that, the leader told us it was time to get going. He said he had a van rented for us. We all thought he was pretty neat for that. I hopped in the van with 2 employees from Horde and 1 guy from the same department as me. Leader said it was going to take about an hour drive, so we could just nap it off if we wanted to. We all did. Weird thing was, I went to sleep real fast. Like, real fast. Like, I closed my eyes and I was out. I have insomnia, but for whatever reason, I just fell asleep. That was my biggest mistake. Anyway, I was sound asleep, then I heard it. Seagulls. Seagulls? Like, actual seagulls. Yeah, at first I thought it was someone's alarm, but I heard waves crashing. It was too real. I opened my eyes and found myself lying on a deck. I was on a goddamn boat. An actual real-life boat. I knew I was screwed the moment I saw the shrimp flopping. I wanted to believe it was a dream, but I swear the shrimp snapped me back into reality. The realization crushed me like a hammer. And I was surrounded by people who looked like they were the crew. They were jacked. One wrong thing and I'd probably be sleeping with the sharks. The crew was around 10 people, including the captain, boatswain, cook, and all that. They all chuckled at me when I was spacing out. The guy who looked like the captain walked towards me and asked me about my height and weight. I asked him when the ship goes to port. He told me about a month, but I shouldn't try and run away or anything, because they already made a deal with my people. I had no damn idea who my people were, but I was too scared to ask. Then the other crew members called me over for lunch. They said they were making instant ramen, putting shrimp, crabs, and whatever else they caught into it. They told me to stop acting like I was going to jump into the sea and try their ramen. I said no at first, but then they laughed at me again, saying that they didn't put any sleeping pills or any of that in there, and gave me some. A man's gotta live, so I ate it. It was honestly better than I expected. As soon as we finished lunch, they told me they were going to teach me how to adjust the ropes. I pretty much gave up at that point, so I just simply answered, sure. All I could see anyway was these little islands that no one had a chance of surviving on. For months I learned how to pull fish traps, fill bait boxes, repair fish nets, cook ramen, get coffee, and all sorts of stuff. I kept getting better and I got to a point where I could prepare mackerel sashimi and fish stew for the crew. Everyone complimented it, said I could open a restaurant with that stew. Later on, we went through a couple of typhoons. Them and I were starting to form some kind of bond. A companionship. Whales were becoming a common sight at that point. 2 weeks in, the captain told me I was pretty good and asked me if I was interested in officially joining the crew. When I thought about it, I would have been fired from the corp anyway, so this seemed like a legit opportunity to make a living. This was the first time I ever got a compliment in a while. What am I doing now? Well, I've been promoted and now I'm living fine. I found true happiness cracking up at a cold one after a hard day's work, covered in seawater and sweat. I'm at the port now, but we gotta take off soon and catch some shrimp. Never know what the future holds, bros. Sometimes I think about the other folk who were at the meetup that day. Not that I really want to snoop around and find out, though. I just try to keep a positive mind about that stuff. I want to say they're hopefully doing good, just like me. Oh, it's time to sail out. See you guys.